Hello and welcome back to the tournament. This is the quarterfinal tiebreaker between Navi and Vengeful Ghost. It is a beacon rush game on Castle. Let's get into it. So Navi drops 2 Hawks, 2 Gales, 1 Aljun, and 1 Blitz, while Ghost drops 1 Aljun, 3 Blitzes, 1 Gale, and 1 Leech. And you can see one of those Gales from Navi is flying directly into center, while those Blitzes from Ghost's side are running as quickly as they can to the center beacon as well. Now this Nightingale from Navi dropping down into center, starting to take it, but this Ghost player is able to get underneath the bridge and prevent them from turning it. And then 2 other Navi players go into center to help support. You can see the stealth icon over on that bridge right there. That's one of the Navi Nightingales. That thing is going to drop right off the edge of the bridge, causing those 2 Navi players to lose their support in center, and a Ghost Nightingale is able to kill both of them, getting them almost out of center, but luckily another Navi Nightingale sees this and moves into center to prevent the enemies from taking it. His Hawk gets locked down and taking a last stand, goes underneath the bridge to try and get this enemy player out from under it, but his Hawk is killed by the Leech that Vengeful Ghost is put up on top their upper beacon. It looks like this player is able to drop a Blitz at this beacon because it is Beacon Rush, so they will be able to spawn on their beacons, making it easier to hold them, but also harder to cap them because enemies may be able to spawn on beacons that they're trying to take. This Blitz is taking some heat from those players up on that higher beacon on Ghost's side, with the Leech using its long-range weapons to fire at those at center. It looks like a Ghost player has crossed the bridge on the upper side, doesn't really get too far, with a Hawk up there, using its reflector shield to kill one of them, but that Hawk is taken out by the long-range Leech that is up there as well. So now it looks like Navi still has 2 players down in the bridge, one of the Ghost players intentionally destroying their robot to spawn in something different. With these players from Navi trying to prevent the enemy from grouping up, doing periodic attacks on them. They are badly outnumbered though, with Ghost starting to group up towards their covers right behind center, starting to possibly prepare for a push. Both beacon bars are looking pretty unequal now, with Navi being able to successfully hold the center for almost 2 minutes now. You can see a Blitz from Ghost is running in, gets taken to its last stand. This player does not have a last stand, so has to be careful. Almost gets taken out, has a Navi support player in an Aljun, able to see center and help out this Blitz. Now it looks like the center was almost capped. It is slightly turned in Ghost's favor right now. A Hawk is able to kill this Blitz, and it looks like Vengeful Ghost is able to take the center beacon after successfully clearing out all those Navi players. Looks like a Navi player is dropping down into center with almost no one at center right now from Ghost's side. And now it looks like 3 Hawks from Ghost have just spawned in and are now setting up around the center beacon. This Aljun is able to take one of those Hawks to last stand, and also gets hit on its way down, again with the Hawk's incredibly powerful ability showing itself here. Looks like an Aljun from Ghost is dropping down in front of these 2, trying to kill this Aljun. It's unsuccessful in doing so. Those 2 Hawks that dropped down into center previously are getting hammered by those 2 players from Navi up on that upper staircase. This Aljun gets his ability and flies up just in time to avoid that Hawk dropping down trying to kill it. Again, trying to be very cautious with their bots. This team trying to make the other team bot out first to overextend themselves, trying to defend their beacons. Now it looks like there's about 4 players around center from Ghost's side, with 2 on the back covers and 2 players physically in center. Looks like this Aljun is able to kill one of the blitzes, but accidentally shoots this Hawk in flight, with the reflector shield being able to kill this Aljun without even trying to shoot it. This player drops a leech at their home, with now 2 Hawks from Navi's side going up. Now there are about 4 players from Navi's side in close proximity to the center beacon. Looks like they're preparing for a push now, with 2 leeches and 2 Hawks in this little squad down on right side. Hawk is going up, starting to shoot at those landing at center on the enemy team. The leeches using their abilities to protect from damage, and that long range to shoot across the bridge. It looks like now Vengeful Ghost also has 2 leeches on the other side of the bridge, with these leeches firing across or down into the bridge in Navi's case. Looks like this Hawk on left side gets suppressed and locked by a blitz, tries to get out of there, but it's taken up by a Scourge Leech on the enemy team. This leech as well gets locked down, but has its ability to prevent that blitz from pushing further. Now it looks like one of the Scourge Leeches from Ghost's side has been taken down on health. So now a blitz comes out trying to take down this leech, gets taken out by those 2 leeches flanking it. And now 2 Nightingales from Navi's side are up. This leech tries to make a push, but notices its abilities almost running up, backing up. One Nightingale from Navi's dropping down into center. Now this one player is at a disadvantage. He does not have a last stand, but his death is postponed by those 2 Nightingales healing him. You can see one of them is dropping down above, and the player just dropped down below. So now those Ghost players are starting to spawn at center now. This leech getting hit by that Hawk pretty hard, but is being healed by that Nightingale supporting it. So now these leeches with their long range are able to fire back at that player that may be firing at them from the staircase, preventing them from getting shot. So now Navi needs to hold this center beacon for the next 2 minutes and they will win the game. However, again, if we look at the player counts, Navi still has a full team of 6, while Ghost has been reduced to a team of 4, with 2 of their players not being able to be in the game anymore. They probably overextended themselves during that middle period, trying to defend the beacon from Navi. You can see here now, Ghost knows they need to do something. The beacon bars are being equalized by Navi holding the center. Looks like this Nightingale on the right side of the screen from Navi might see an opportunity. Lands down pretty close, trying to draw some enemy players out. Gets a leech to cross. These players try to get this Hawk to last stand before it flies. They're able to do that. That Nightingale just gets stability in the nick of time with its last stand activated, flying up in stealth, going to Ghost's home beacon. Trying to stay undetected while this leech sees it. This player here now trying to defend its teammate with both leech abilities running out at the same time. This leech hides, but enemy Hawk is not able to get into cover fast enough, with 1, 2, and 3 players being eliminated from Ghost's side. And with this, Navi is able to win the tiebreaker. This was the quarterfinal tiebreaker between Navi and Ghost, and now Navi moves on to the semifinals.